I'd like to ask all of you, there is something special about that era. We don't have a lot of the things we have now. If you could go back, what would you really love about it? What would be the thing you're glad that maybe we don't have anymore back then?
For me, I mean, what I liked about that time and why I think the circus was so big at that time was because people didn't know nearly as much as we know now, that we didn't have access to everything. And so there was still some surprise and still some magic and still something exotic, you know, kind of beyond the borders that we're all used to. And now we've all seen the bottom of the ocean, we've seen the moon, and we've seen outer space and every animal on the planet, and we all have 500 channels in the internet. And I think when a circus rolled into town at that time, it really brought magic. And I sort of, you know, I do yearn for a little bit of that, kind of.
Sure, the unknown, I think, you know. Go ahead.
No, it's just that it's the wildness to it as well. I mean, it's kind of, I think that period, I think that's why I like that period, because it's kind of, after that, then it's white picket fences, and then it just gets progressively more boring. But yeah, it's the end of the Wild West. I mean, it's why kids still want to be cowboys, even in England. I mean,
Reese, I just wanted to ask you, you filmed a lot of this on your home turf in Tennessee, and I was just wondering, how was it kind of being back home, and did, you know, people come out and support you? And
ironically, the only part of the film that I'm not in is the part that they filmed in Tennessee. So I wasn't there. But how did y'all enjoy Tennessee?
It was about 118 degrees when we shot in Tennessee.
Love it.
We were all dripping in sweat, getting bitten by mosquitoes, getting hit by poison ivy.
I know, they were emailing me going, this is horrible.
It was really beautiful, and I was glad we shot there, but boy, it was a tough couple of days.
There was an amazing moonshine day as well.
Yes, there was. Some real authentic Tennessee moonshine.
Drinking 120 degrees, like drinking moonshine in the middle of the day, like half the crew's passed out after one sip. It's amazing.
I was just wondering, do any of you have memories of maybe as a kid going to the circus and can remember kind of like what that feeling was like? And then also, do you see a connection between the sort of big show, the showmanship, and the sort of mystery of the circus to, you know, what you do now as entertainers?
My memories of the circus are sort of nothing like this movie. I mean, I sort of wish that the circuses that were around now felt like they did then. You know, I think they're not quite as elegant or as magical as they used to be. And I think there was something about the old tent shows and big tops and the canvas and the light and the sawdust and hay and the animals that's just kind of missing now. Now it's all sort of urbanized and maybe a little garish. Not quite the same for me. You know, the movie business, I think, and film crews are a little bit like the circus in that we kind of travel around like a pack, and we're a big family for a finite period of time, and we sort of roll into some place and cause a bunch of damage and roll out. So, you know, there's some similarities.
Robert, at the beginning, when you first see Marlena, it's almost like you're mesmerized with her. Do you have anything from your own experience where you have that, or anything about your journey in terms of, you know, going back to school or having that feeling of like, I'm leaving school, I'm trying something else?
So what was the last part you were trying?
Anything about the journey that he makes leaving school, and then anything from your own personal experience?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I had an experience when I did a Harry Potter film years ago, and it was just when I was just starting to kind of realize that I wanted to be an actor, even though I'd already finished 3 movies by that point. But I remember being in Tokyo and looking out the window and kind of the sort of Tokyo skyline. I just sort of realized that I could reflect on what had happened in my life, and it was kind of, I was kind of in awe of what road I'd taken kind of by accident. But yeah, in terms of looking at girls and stuff, being mesmerized by them, I guess it happens.
You can say me.
Yeah,
You can
it's
say.
just,
Don't
I
be
mean,
embarrassed. I'm
there
sitting right
was-
here, but
I
it's
was
okay.
actually supposed to not be mesmerized in the script. It just happened.
Okay. I was giving it out.
Christoph, I think along with the emotional extremes that you get to portray as August, you also have that big over-the-top ringmaster, the ringmaster scenes. And I wondered if those were particularly freeing, because there you are being as big as you want to be, and usually a film, they would say, oh, tone it down a little bit, and you don't have to do it there.
I don't usually want to be that big. I want to be small and precise. It's a big effort for me to do that. But, you know, it's a ringmaster's work to do that. So there I find my field of interest. You know, what is a ringmaster's work? And that I could do. And I, you know, sort of went back to Francis and said, well, what do we need? What is it that you need for the movie? And then I went back into the ring and tried to do that. So I'm not really trying to be a ringmaster. I'm trying to be an actor.
Thank you, everyone. And if you could all remain seated while the talent exits, that would be great. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.